Good morning, day 3. I hope I've had a couple of bit of granola bar for my breakfast. Hopefully I might get into Keswick and get some a bit later on. We're about 6 mile I think to get down into Keswick from here. I'm all packed up, I just need to drop my tent down. Josh is just putting his gear away and that there now. It's looking wet today. Both aching a fair bit. Josh has got a few blisters on his feet, so he's not walking the best at the minute. But hopefully we might have a bit of a saving grace. Keith, the guy who's going to pick us up from Carlisle, is a bit of a photographer as well, and he's actually down in the lakes today, not far from us actually, just up the side here, just up Surprise View. You can't see it to be honest, that's why I show you it. And I think he's going to meet us somewhere and take a bit of load off us, so when we walk and we're not walking with all of our camping gear on, we're just walking with what we need to walk, in case the weather changes and things like that, like waterproofs and things. So that might help with Josh's feet a little bit. It's going to be another quite a big one today, another 19 mile to get the other side of High Pike, and then from there we're going to hopefully meet back up with Keith, get our tents, and then try and find somewhere to camp tonight. We're just climbing up the road now out of Grange. We haven't managed to get in touch with Keith, he's over there somewhere. It's looking really nice from this side, looking over there. I can imagine what the views will be like from over there, because it's quite high up. We go over at Surprise View over Ashton's Bridgeway somewhere, I'm not too sure. But no doubt we'll get some nice photos. He's got to go along this road for a little bit further, then we turn off and start dropping down to the shoreline I think. But I'll fetch you back when we get to it so we can see where it's at. Well, we met up with Keith. There's Josh trying to mend his feet. Our first aid van's turned up, so we're going to drop a bit of kit off in here, lighten the load a little bit, and there's the pathway we're going to go down there now. We follow that down towards Keswick. Anyone that ever watches my videos, you hear me talk about Keith, wouldn't you? This is him here, the dodgy one with the van. Well, massive thank you to Keith for coming and helping out there. So Josh has taped his feet up, so we're on the trail again. So let's say we're just going to head down this bit. I've never actually been down this side of it. When I did the walk around Devonport, it was a bit further down. We crossed it over and came back down this side. So this top section here, this is another bit, thanks to the Cumbria way, that's all new to me. Can't really see a great deal. It was a bit nicer earlier on in the sense of the hills opposite. There's a load of cloud among the trees which look really well. Anybody with like a decent camera would have getting some cracking photos of that. Right, we've joined on the path now that comes round the circular walk around Devonport. Look at that lake, look how still that lake looks there.
Like glass.
What a crowd just up the top of there. Really nice. So I've walked all this, I've done all this bit before. You get a bit further down here and it opens up a bit more so you can see down towards Keswick. There's a few jetties where the boat comes round. A bit further down now, you can see how nice does that look. The water's almost still, just a little slight ripples in it. Absolutely beautiful. Coming down towards the end of Devonport, towards Keswick there. Somewhere Keith would come with his camera. Little bit there with a couple of swans in the trees. Reflection in the water. With Keith's camera and his abilities, you get some cracking photos there. Right, I don't know if you can make that out. Trust, it's like a sculpture. It normally stood here. But with the floods and things, they're now just over here. Obviously broke free and moved with all the water that we had a couple of years ago. I don't know if there's any plans to move them back over or not. I don't really know a great deal about them. It's only the second time I've actually ever seen them. You see the hands, wooden carved hands there. Actually broke in two, because I'm sure last time I seen them was one separate from the other one. They weren't like that. So they're just taking the layer off there, because it's, for all it's overcasting, Well, it's still really warm. Beautiful. And now we've just got to head down there and head up over into the cloud. So hopefully it might clear. It's got a couple hours before we get down there. But I think we do a rain, like a rainstorm before then for about an hour. So let's try to keep as cool as we can while we sit around there. Just head round. I'm looking forward to getting into Keswick, getting a bit more to eat and maybe grabbing a coffee or something. Just to give us a bit of a boost. And then head up towards that rig. Right, we're down in a place called Scale, the bottom end. You can see by that map there now. We are here. Just going to head along and into Keswick. There's a cafe just over there, so anybody needs any refreshments. We're going to wait till we get into Keswick and maybe sit down and have a coffee and bite to eat. Right, cross this bridge and gone left and along into Keswick. Right, we're just walking along now into Keswick. Me and Josh were just saying, just round this bottom scale there, it's a bit weird, feels weird. It's the first long hike I've done, multi-day hike. And to think that we started off in Ulverston just 2 days ago, and this morning we're walking through Keswick. You see, we're going to go and try and get a coffee in Keswick. And there's that rig, so we'll be skirting somewhere around there. I don't think we go over the top of that rig, we go around the side a little bit. But it's nice to be this far through, to be honest. I think we're about 46 mile into it, Josh, now, isn't it?
About 5.5.
Yeah, so we're about 45.5 mile into it. So, good chunk. So by the end of the day, it should be pretty much bossed. It's just a slight, I'm saying slight, pretty much a lot of it's road work, I think, tomorrow, walking towards Carlisle. Yet again, like I say, I don't really know much past high pike, sorry, so we'll see. Really nice with a bit of cloud on them. Look better stood on there when there's no cloud. We've got Dog and Skiddaw and what have you there, all range looking over. That rig just behind the tree there. Josh has been messaging Keith's up there now, so he's going to try and get a photo on his long lens. Don't think that'll work. Yeah, coming into Keswick there now, across the bridge. Pencil factory over there, it looks like there's something going on over there, actually some sort of an event. Co-op and that there, so for supplies. And the amount of supplies up in the town centre. We're going to head up there now and go and get a coffee. Right, that's us through Keswick. We've had our coffee and now we're donut and pasties and that. So from this point on, we're just going to head through Keswick. I'm not too sure which way it takes, I've never been over here, but there's a park just down here. Looking at the route, it's just up here somewhere, and we'll go off and head up to that rig. Right, I've never been up this way to that rig. Just crossing the 66 on this bridge there. Decent paved by tarmac path, by road part of it. Just doing a bit of video for his story. That rig's just up here to the right. But we don't go up there, so I think it's just going to go up here and slowly go away around. So it doesn't look, so far, it doesn't look as bad as I was expecting, to be honest. I thought this bit was a bit of a climb up, because I know when you go around the back in the car, it can be quite steep going up around the back. Because at the top of here is a parking space. I think that's where Keith's at, because I think Keith went over to get some photos this morning after seeing us. So hopefully, if it stays like this, it should be a half decent walk. Just got to walk round towards Skiddaw House from there. Right, we've made it up the Latrig Woods. You can see it's not been overly steep to this point, but looks like it is getting a bit steeper now, but still it's decent to walk on this. I think what actually done both of us in yesterday wasn't the distance or the how steep it is, or the gradient wasn't really the factor. It was more so coming down from that last hill, like I said yesterday, the pile of stones. Coming down that valley, it was so uneven. Every sort of like rock you trod on to try and walk down there was just sticking in your feet. Made it so bad, so obviously it was bad for the soles of your feet. have a steady walk up here. Hopefully Keith will be up here. And if he is, might have 5 minutes with Keith and maybe have another coffee. Yeah, what do you reckon?
Coffee sounds good.
I'll bring you back when we get to the top. Right, we've come out the woods there now. Views started opening up. You can see there's still a lot of low-lying cloud about. I think it's going to be like that for the rest of the day, to be honest. Put our raincoats on in Caldbeck to set off up here, and we didn't go very far before we took them back off again. It was only like rain in Caldbeck anyway, but we didn't want to get too wet. I say, it's nice standing here looking over it all, and I know which the hills are, and it's a shame they are in cloud because they're really nice from over this side. When they do light up the lakes, up Carlisle, I like it from up that rig. That rig's just the top's just up there, and it's nice looking across. I know Keith goes down towards Water Crag and Ashness Bridge, surprise view, and that towards that way on to try and get a view across to see it. It's really nice from anywhere really. Right, so we're not far from the top now, so hopefully we'll get up there and see if Keith's here with a cup of coffee. Oh. Well, we met up with Keith out the back of that rig. Got a massive blister on the inside of my toe there, so I've had to put on the Healy blister packs over it to try and make that a bit better. Seems to be working so far. So we're just coming down here now, working our way around across this beck and around the side of Landscale and round to Skiddaw House. It sounds like there's a few people around us now that's also doing the Cumbria way, so maybe I'll be crack with some of them as we get further around. Nice little spot here. You'll have seen us when I've been on my bike in previous videos. The guy coming down on his bike there now actually. Right, maybe a bit further up here, I thought we'd better stop and put our waterproofs on. It's not raining, but because we're in that cloud, there's a little bit of moisture in the air, and I don't want to get too wet. It's just round this corner now, then we start heading along to Skiddaw House. It's a shame it's a low level cloud because it's really nice looking out all right towards Clothhead and all the rest of them. There's that rig just behind us there. Right, we're a bit further around now. You can see back there it's looking a bit grim. It's looking quite bright over this side though, so it's not too bad. There's Great Calver in front. We're going to head up to where them trees are to Skiddaw House, and then from Skiddaw House we go straight down and down through that valley there and around and over the back of there. I'm not too sure, but that might actually be Pike. I keep calling it High Style for some reason. I'm getting really confused, tired. But it's over that way where we're going, and then drop down off the back of there, and then that'll be the end of Day 3. I think by the time we get over the top of there, we'll be on about 21 mile, possibly. But to be fair, it hasn't really been that bad going, has it? It's been a massive help with Keith getting some of our kit. And obviously Keith's had a few supplies there, so Josh has managed to sort his feet out. And obviously I've just sorted mine out there, sorted the blister out on my big toe, so good going. If we can get over the back of there today, I'll be well happy. Then all I have to do is walk up into Carlisle from there. Right, we made it to Skiddaw House now. So the Cumbria way you can go two ways now. The low level walk is along there round, you know, the top, and go down here round and up over High Pike. The route we're taking is that way, and round the bottom end of there is hopefully where we want to meet back up with Keith, and hopefully have a cuppa. a bite to eat before we head up over High Pike. Right, this is what happens if you come off the path in certain places. We've come off the path because it's just a massive puddle there trying to come round.
Don't want to stand in that.
No, just be mindful, that's what could happen.
So tempted to do.
It's very boggy around the back of here. As you can see, this path's not the best. It's alright when I've come round on my bike, it's quite good to be honest. You just ride straight through it. I'll made it to this point now. Just got to head over here and round there now, back down, then up where the mine is, then up onto High Pike. It's cleared fairly well round here now. There's not much low-lying cloud over this side. There still is over towards Skiddaw. I'm saying that, there is a bit up there as well, so no doubt it's blowing that way, so it's going towards High Pike. We'll stand here, have a minute, have a breather, drink of water, set off again. Most remarkable mine. I've been up here before with a Wabby. Abby did a little video with a GoPro, Abby's Adventures. Nice little spot. We're not far from the bridge at the bottom where we set off. But it's been a nice path up to this point. We start going off a little bit now, and I think it starts to get a bit boggier as we get up, so we'll have to watch where we're stepping. So I've just put some fresh socks and that on there so my feet are nice and dry. See how long it stays like that. Right, we've made it up the Lingy Hut. That was a good drag up there. I think we can make it out to the bottom there. That's where we've come from. That's just boggy and not the best to walk on. So finally at the top now. Right, that's Lingley Hut done. Let's head over here to High Pike, then drop down off the end of there. Then that should be the end of day 3. Right, there's High Pike in front of us. That's the highest point of this whole walk. So get over there and we're going to drop back down to Caldbeck. Highest point. Oh, sorry. That was a bit of a grueler. I let you into a little mistake I made. Bottom of this. Right, the battery went flat there as I was making a confession. The bottom of this last climb here. I did a little bit of video showing you this hill, and I went to put the camera away and realised I didn't have my glasses on my shirt. Left them in the Lingley Hut. So I had to jog back to the bloody Lingley Hut to get my glasses. So needless to say, I'm knackered now. But at least we've done it now. This is the same conditions as it was the last time I was up here. I couldn't see a bloody thing then either. But never mind, we've done it. We've got to drop down now off here. We're going to go to Caldbeck, I think. One of our friends has said there's a decent campsite there, so we're going to see if we can get out of that campsite. And then maybe, I think someone said there's a pub there and all, isn't there?
Is it? Yeah, I think so.
Might go for a sherbet. Right, we're finally down off that hill there. I've just spoken to Keith again there, further back there. For now, we're booked into a campsite at Caldbeck, so we're just heading along the roads of Caldbeck camping. Right, we're just walking through Caldbeck now. Nice little village this. I don't recall I've ever been down here. Just trying to find where the campsite is and get sorted out. Right, we've made it down to the campsite now. Caldbeck campsite. Nice little spot. Showers and what have you there. Not very expensive either to say you're doing the Cumbrian way. Onions with us, we've got to pitch our tents here. and chill out for the night. But thank Adam Whaler for the suggestion of this site. Cheers fella. That'll probably be the last I do tonight. I'm going to get showered, changed and go to the pub for a pint. Good morning. Started day 4, the final day. Set off from Caldbeck campsite to Carlisle. I think it's about 15 miles today. So you're just behind us there, stomping away with his poles. But there's been a bit of a landslide, so there's a bit of a detour today. So we need to make sure we take the right path. It just takes us round the section. It's on the side of the building here. Shows you where that's the detour. This bit here has all been washed away. So we'll get off this site and find this detour, and I'll fetch you back when we get a bit further on. Well, we're still on the campsite, coming back through the campsite actually. We went down to find the diversion and got talking to a farmer, and he said just to follow the actual Cumbrian way, because there's ways round where the landslide's been now. So there's a couple of trees that's laid down where you can step over and there's no hard point about it. So we've come back through the campsite and we're just going to follow the Cumbrian way, so no diversions. Even though it says bridle way closed. You see High Pike there, came down there, down to the side just along here. Looking really canny over there. It's looking very promising for a day. Like the weather's looking really good. Hopefully it stays like that and we get a decent walk into Carlisle from now. This path we're doing now, see, we've just been talking to a farmer and he said just to follow this route. Ignore the diversion, because the diversion's not as good as this, and it is passable this now. But because this diversion has been in place for I don't know how long, I thought this path is sort of getting a little bit overgrown in spots because it's not well trodden now. So we'll see how we get on a bit further on. I'll bring you back when I can see where the landslides are, so you can see exactly how good or bad it is. Hopefully the farmer's not pulling our legs. Well, it's been a pleasant walk down through these woods. Not been too bad. We haven't come across the bit where the landslide's been yet. It's really nice this. But we can't be far off where the landslide part is. So hopefully, let's see, it'll be possible like the farmer said. I just thought I'd show you this bit because it does look really nice. Right, this is the bit where the landslide is, looking at it. There's a tree over there. Try and get down without my bag snagging. Get out there. There's the path over there, so we need to try and work our way through here and over that path there. This looks quite doable, to be fair. Well, I don't know whether that's the first of a few sections, but there's actually, you can see where other people have done. There's a path, step over this tree, a bit muddy here, then back onto the path. So we'll see further on if there's any more of that, to be honest, but that wasn't too bad. So obviously for health and safety reasons, I would imagine obviously you have to shut it. So we shouldn't possibly be here. Well, we'll just come out the woods then, there's another sign saying that the bridle way is closed that way. So that bit I've just shown you there, where the trees are down, a bit of a landslide, is the reason why it's shut. So if you can see off the video what it's like, if you think you can manage it, that's completely up to you. But it is closed for safety reasons. But like you say, you can see there's plenty of footprints in the mud and what have you, so it is still getting used. So make up your own minds. So far in day 4 now, it's been quite a pleasant walk once you got past that bit of a landslide, which I didn't find was too bad. But we've been walking through a lot of farmers' fields, which is like quite a pleasant little area. We passed through a little, I wouldn't even say a village, it was just a couple of houses, wasn't it, just back there. It's not too bad. I thought this section, the last section, was all road work from previous videos I've seen on YouTube. But it's not. It's been really good, to be honest. Quite enjoying it. We need to go across this bridge now and see where we go from there. Yeah, we go 5.5 miles into the walk. See, there's a couple little bits there where it's sort of got a bit sketchy. But it's been a really nice walk, this. So you come from over the top there on them fields. Really nice. A nice steady walk, just having a bit strap on. It's one of them challenging parts of the walk.
Ride them waves, man.
Let's step over that one straight forward. Right, Josh didn't fall in. Watch me fucking fall in. Why no? Look at that. Like a gazelle.
They even jumped in that bridge, you know.
Go on then, I've got a video on.
Yeah.
Chicken. Oh, got to cross it. Not too bad. We've been really lucky this weekend with the weather. It was nice on Friday when we set off. Going through Coniston was lovely. If anything, it was too warm. It was only yesterday where we had a bit of rain, and like you say, today is really nice. So I don't think we've got much further to go till we meet Keith. And I just had a message off Keith asking if we want a bacon cheeseburger. So we were really welcomed. Bacon cheeseburger and a cup of coffee. Hey Josh, what do you reckon, mate?
Oh, absolutely.
It's been following the river Caldbeck up. There's a sign here, I'll see what this says on here. Looks like there's a big place at the top of there. A Bishop's Palace. Can't really see it there for the trees. Quite a big building you can see as we walk across the field, but I didn't know what it was. And Keith's just the other side over here. Go with some bait. Now this is the sort of pit stop you like when you're halfway through a day's walk.
You are? Oh.
Cup was made, burgers in the ridge monkey. Keith's doing the bun and everything. Amazing. Absolutely spot on. Keith's done an absolutely cracking job. Been great help, hasn't he? Last 2 days.
What an absolute god.
Go through the skull straight across here. Follow on down this way. Some of them little kissing gates are a bit tight with the backpack on. The weather's just getting warmer and warmer. Got about 7 miles to go at this stage. So I'm waiting for this the tarmac road bit coming. Because I see a few videos I've seen on YouTube where people have done this. It's sort of, they've said that this last section is a lot of road, a lot of boring road going through the industrial estates and stuff. But we're over halfway through today's walk, and you see it's been farmland and stuff, so it's been okay so far. Some of these sections on day 4 I'm finding it's nice. It's like walking through the countryside, so I'm not saying it's not nice, but some of these fields you're walking through, and that field there just seem to take forever to walk through. Do you think, Josh? It just seems to be never ending.
Because we're getting close to the end, isn't it?
Yeah, I think because we're getting closer towards the end, we sort of like get a bit more ready to get finished and actually sit down for the last time without having to get back up and do another 10 mile or so. But the days,
to get back up is going to be a big thing, isn't it?
yeah. Today's our shortest day because we've done, I think, our walking by me watch on Friday was 19.5, Saturday was 20.7, yesterday was 21.8, and today's around about 15. That's right, Josh. So this is our shortest day, so hopefully we should get into Carlisle mid-afternoon, and then that should be it. Not bad going, I think. For our first attempt at one of these anyway, I think we've done really well. Like, as you can see there, just like walking through the countryside, it's really nice. Right, go out the field there. So we hit a bit of road work now. I don't know how far along this road we do. I think we've got about 6.5 miles to go from this stage, by OS Maps that is. So, see, we'll see Carlisle, it says there. Right, we just come down from where that blue van's coming there, bridge ending there. Over this bridge, just over here, swing right. Right, just down this little gate here, nearly walked past it. Thought it was at that house. So just hidden under the bush. You see a yellow badge with a CW on it. Another nice little location for Keith there. You must be able to get out from the other side. Pass through over there. Then I can see very well on this camera. Oh, we're going to cross over here, Josh, I think. Oh no, we should be going left there. Little cascade of water there. We don't go there, we'll go through these gates here. See the badges. CW. Some parts of this walk I'm finding a bit strange. That bit there where we sort of almost thought was down the side of the farm. Literally the path we wanted to be on was 50 metres down that drive. But to follow the Cumbrian way, it took us 80 metres down the side, then round the corner and over some mud to where the waterfall bit was, to get back to the bit where it would have been like 100 yards around the road sort of thing. So some of these bits do seem to be a little bit weird. To try and save a little bit of road work, it's taking you further off road. I suppose it is what it is really. It's part of the Cumbrian way, it's not meant to be walking the roads, is it? So it looks like a nice little village, this. Right, cross the bridge here by the Ordnance Survey map. Ordnance Survey app, GPS file and whatever I'm using, which says about 5 miles left to go. So I hope it's right. I'm really looking forward to getting a pint when we get into Carlisle now. I must say, the areas we walked through have been absolutely lovely, haven't they?
Huh?
I'm saying that the areas we've been going through today has been absolutely nice, really nice. They're different to the lakes. This was lakes all hilly and mountainous. This is just really countryside and quiet. It's very nice. Yeah, just walking into Dalston now. That's a shop over there. I might go and get myself an ice cream. It's a really nice warm day today. See which way the route's taking us. It's taking us through the main part, I think. Oh, there's a co-op there.
Oh.
So I think it might be a shout to go and have an ice cream. I think this is the last little village we go through before we... After this it's just Carlisle, that's it. You see there's a few shops and that down there. We come through Dalston there and we had to turn down through in between the school. To be honest, between the school and the playground there's a pathway down there which I thought was a bit strange. We walked past it first, but come down there and you come onto this path. And it looks like it's a cycleway all the way to Carlisle. This we're going past some industrial places. So this is maybe the bit that I've seen people walking down when they've been on about it. So let's see how far this lasts before we get into something, if anything, more worthwhile looking at. Right, this last stretch so far been about 1.5 miles, 2 miles possibly, just on old old cycle paths, I think. So basically, yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass you over to Josh.
Oh dear.
What's your high points and your low points been of this walk, Josh?
Low points definitely been coming down off towards the campsite on
Day 2.
day 2. That valley was just
down towards Rossway.
yeah, Rossthwaite where it was a slog down there. I think what made it worse was how how uneven the path was, so you were constantly having to be head down, looking at the ground, making sure you don't roll an ankle. And plus points, I think every morning getting up and just going for it. It's been nice to get away once we've warmed up a bit, hasn't it? Some of the views have been absolutely incredible, even in places where we didn't expect it as well. We were mainly expecting it just in the lakes, weren't we? And the weather's been an absolute star for us, really. And Keith, big shout out to Keith for helping us out. Uncle Keith, couldn't have done it without him. Yeah, that's enough of me. You've not paid to say this, so.
Yeah, I would sort of agree with what he just said there. The weather has been really good. We had a little bit of rain yesterday, a little bit of a mishap when I left my glasses in the Lingley hut, but apart from that, it's been really good.
Right. Just the overall experience of it.
Yeah, we're about 2.5 miles from the end now, I think, just over 2.5 miles from the end. I think if I did it again, I would like to try it where we did like maybe B&Bs. We took the Black Crag on our first day, and that's what he did. He went from Carlisle down over. So I think I wouldn't mind having a go at doing that. When Black Crag puts his video on, I'll watch that and see roughly where he stopped, what sort of distance he was carrying, what sort of covering every day, should I say. Because it'd be nice to be able to get a shower. The last 2 nights we've had, thanks to Adam giving us a shout out for last night's camping spot, we managed to get a shower last night. If I had to go the full time without a shower, it was getting rough washes in the lakes and stuff. It would have been too bad, that. So it's been nice to be able to get a properly freshened up in showers at different campsites. But the whole experience has been really good. That's all I'm going to say for now. Hopefully we'll get a bit further on, we get out of this, we might get a bit further down, see, maybe start seeing the castle or something. You can see there, we'll start coming away from the railway line again now. A couple of miles to go. There's a few parts there where they've put a new path in, and obviously the company hasn't been updated for it. So we've come through them trees. That path is what we were on earlier on. Fetches us at the same point. So be mindful of that when you're doing this. This being Carlisle City. Carlisle Cathedral. I'm just trying to find out where this monument is now for the end point of the way.
15th to the 7th, isn't it?
15th to the 7th. And just feel free to take them off of the wall over there when you finish. There's a few souvenirs if you want.
Oh, lovely.
Storm patches, certificates, things like that.
Right, thanks. We'll have a look at that. Right, it's been a tourist information. This is the actual end point. So I'll get a video of us actually touching it, and that's proof that we actually did make it up. Right, time for a pint. Cheers, Josh.
Cheers, lad. Okay.